Hey there, my name is Marcin and thank you for checking in. And there is no perfect way to improve quality of the image, but this is my take. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you some technique that can help you if you struggle with low quality pixelated image. So I hope you will find this helpful. Make sure to check my page, retouchingninja.com, where I offer a free course on portrait retouching essentials. So if you are interested in retouching, you might want to check this out. And for now, let's start the tutorial. For some reason, we might end up working with very small image that appears pixelated, and such example I have in front of me. This image is very small, 400 to 266 pixels. And when I zoom in, I can see the pixels, I cannot see too many details, and I will be honest with you, there does not exist a technique that allows you to make image look perfect, clear, and sharp. But I will show you the best techniques that I know that will help you to improve a quality of the image at least a little bit. So the first thing what I want to do here is I want to duplicate this layer. We will have to start with experimenting on this new created layer, and I'm gonna name this as copy at first. So what I want to do here, I would like to change the size. So I'm going to image and image size. So the first step, very basic, and it will not provide improving quality, but it's the step that is required for the next steps. So we need to change the size. I'm going to go with 4000 pixels to 2660 pixels. So huge change. But one thing I need to do here, I'm not going to resample as automatic, but I will hit preserve details. It's important, and maybe it will help us to keep some more details on this image. Also, we can reduce noise over here. So you might play with this and remove some of the details that we can see here. It could be also helpful, but to be honest, keep it rather low, and you might just want to remove these very fine details here. So I'm going to keep this at 10%. My recommendation, keep it somewhere between 0 up to 10-15%, no more than this. If you don't see preserve details here, don't worry about this. What you can do, you can go to Photoshop, Preferences, and Technology Previews, and make sure that Technology Previews has enabled Preserve Details 2.0 upscale. So when it's done, it's all good. I had it. If you don't have it, that's what you should do. So now with this copy layer, I'm going to convert this to smart object because I want to try to work as non-destructively as possible. So I change the size. I cannot see the pixels, but as you can see, skin doesn't have as many details. It looks a little bit weird. So because of these weird shapes, I want to blur out all of the weird shape it has. So I want to smooth transition between the highlights and midtones and then into the shadows. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to filter, blur, and I'm going to use a smart blur. Of course, you can use any technique that allow you to blur out the texture. You could even probably use Gaussian blur. Smart blur is quite easy because I want to try to preserve some of these freckles that I have here. Of course, freckles are not thing that is negative, so we want to preserve this. So I try to look at these freckles. I want to have in this preview freckles and the noise. Sorry, of course, I'm talking about the nose and the freckles over here. So I had some disproportion on the nose to make it see better. I will drag it down to 0.1 and try to explain to you radius and threshold. So Radius basically searches for how far you want to go with searching for the different pixels to blur. So if the radius is low, the blur will not be strong. If the radius is high, basically we want whole range of the pixels to get blurred. And then we have threshold, and threshold is about the difference. So when the threshold is at minimum 0.1, you will not really see the blur that you applied here. If you get threshold a little bit higher, maybe around 5, 6, something around that, only the pixels with the small differences will be getting blurred, and the pixels that have big difference, like for example freckles and the skin around them, will not get blurred together. So it determines the difference. If you drag the threshold at 100, it doesn't care about the difference and try to blur out everything, and as you can see, it would remove all the freckles and the details from the image. But of course it's not as bad as Gaussian blur or other. So for this image, I can actually keep the radius at 100 and drag down the threshold to the point where I can preserve most of the freckles, and then just blur out the skin around that. So I think maybe threshold around 15 would be okay. And I'm going to hit OK and try to compare if I actually blur out the right amount. So let's wait for the progress. And I think we blurred out just the right amount here. If it's not enough or too much, that's why we work with the smart filters, and we can just open this and correct to make sure that the values that we added are right. So one thing before we move forward, you need to make sure that you did not blur out the things that have to have as many details as possible. So you don't really want to blur out the too much of the lips here, too much of the hair. If any of these appear blurry, you might create the mask, white mask, always represent what's on this layer visible. So if we choose a brush and black color of the brush, I can press just D to reset the colors on my keyboard and X to choose the black color of the brush, make it bigger, and I will paint around the eyes here and around the lips, so I can be sure that I didn't add blur to the areas that I don't want to have any blur. So the point was just blur out the skin in few areas. So after this step is done, we will be trying to apply something that imitate the skin texture. So for that, I'm creating the gray layer. And I did the tutorial on this recently. Some of you probably saw it, so I will try to be quick. To do it, we need to fill the layer with color gray. I'm using Edit, Fill with 50% gray, because when we change the blending mode to overlay or soft light, we can make gray layer invisible, so we don't have to work on the actual layer. What I need to do now, I still want to work non-destructively, so I'm going to convert this to the smart object, and I need to add noise now. First of all, noise can break down these weird transitions, but not yet. For now, we will use the noise, and that it will help us to create the texture. And the noise in camera filter is really nice for that. So I'm going to add maximum grain because this image is really big size. I'm going to add big size of this grain and roughness as well. So I believe it will match to this image. Let's see. And now I'm going to apply emboss, as I said, stylize, emboss. It will convert this grain into the texture. From what I see now, it's hard to give right emboss, I feel the noise is still too small. If it's too small, if it doesn't imitate the texture well, cancel, go back to camera filter and try to make the noise bigger, if it's possible, of course. So once it's done, I might try to maybe create more contrast on the noise as well. And then I'm going to try again with emboss. So I'm going to stylize emboss. And now I believe the result is much bigger. So let's see now. Something around this, maybe 200%, maybe even bigger size. Let's go with big size. It's quite harsh, but don't worry about this. If it's too harsh, we can change overlay to soft light. So it will be up to us. We might change some texture, but overlay might be too strong effect for this. I'm changing to soft light, and it's still harsh. So I'm going to blur this out. So I'm going again to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. I believe Gaussian blur will allow me to make this actually look like some proper skin texture. So I'm blurring to big size, 3 pixels. So now, of course, you don't want to have this fake texture all over the image. So I'm going to create a layer mask on this texture layer and invert this. And then what we want to do, we want to add this texture, painting with white color brush over the skin. So I'm trying to be fast here. All of the blurred areas we are replacing with brand new skin texture. Something like this. I don't want to bore you, but I hope I'm not making many mistakes here and I'm not getting the texture in the areas where it do not supposed to be. So something like this. And there is one more step I would like to add. First of all, what I want to do here, I want to lower the opacity on the texture. I don't want it to be strong. And at the very end, what I would like to do here, I want to add some grain. Why I want to do it? Because the grain always work well, especially when we struggle with the quality, when we struggle with the transitions, for example, between highlights and shadows. So this is always a great idea. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to create the final result on the top. To do this, just press Command, Option, Shift, and E. If you work on MacBook, if that will be Windows, that will be Control, Alt, Shift, and E. So I'm going to name this Final. I'm going to convert this smart object because, as always, I want to work in non-destructive way. And I'm going to Filter and then Camera Filter. And as I said, I want to add some grain. I'm going to Effects and I'm just going with some of nice grain, maybe a little bit rough. It could be a little rough. Let's see, before, after. I don't want to cover our skin texture, so less than that. See, before, after. It's really nice and fine grain over here. And that would be it. If you want to get some more maybe visible texture, it can help with trying to improve the quality, but it can also backfire. So be really careful with these tools in the basic panel. I'm going to hit OK, and that would be it. This would be my take on trying to improve the quality of the image in Photoshop. If you like this, please comment, let me know what more you'd like to see. And remember to check my page, retouchingninja.com, where I offer completely free retouching essential course. So check the page and join to the course if you are interested in some professional retouching. Thank you for watching and see you next time.